According to the Ferrari dealer, this car is as good as scrap. But as you can see, I'm out driving it and I very much disagree. Ferrari has recently given me approximately $175,000 worth of invoices that they believe this car needs to be up to snuff, but that is absolutely insane because the current market value of this car here in Alberta is around $160,000 to $170,000. This car is my first Ferrari as well as my first V12, and I love it a lot, but the story that we have already gone through with this car has been quite crazy because I have owned this car now for approximately 5 months, and yet I just finally got it back and was able to start driving it. The pricing that the Ferrari dealership charges for quite literally anything is absolutely insane, and this car is a perfect testament to that because despite the fact that they say 175 grand is the required amount to have this car up to snuff, we're going to be able to prove them wrong and solve everything that this car currently needs for substantially cheaper. It is cold as all hell out here, so we're gonna hop inside and I'm gonna show you everything that the Ferrari dealer says this thing needs to total up 175 grand. This is the bulk of the list, and we got a totaling up list of $150,762.05. And although this is most of what it needs, it is nothing crazy. First thing on the list is tires, and they quoted that out at $4,183.95. We have since put winter tires on here that cost us nowhere near that, so we have already changed that. And the only reason they wanted us to change these whatsoever was because of slight uneven wear on the tires that were on the car. It's nothing too crazy at all. Got rear axle shafts leaking. I have inspected both of these. The boots are a touch swollen, but we would just be able to replace the boots. And instead of $9,905, we will be able to do that for a few $100s. Rear shocks leaking, front shocks leaking. This is insane. That is almost $40,000 Canadian in shocks to replace is what they're wanting. This, we have already gotten replacement shocks that I am going to install myself. There's an alignment noted here to go with the new tires. We have not had this done. The alignment is not that bad. Oil pump leaking, got $12 noted down, which is incredibly cheap for an oil seal from Ferrari. And they want $3,800 in labor to replace. It will take not that long. The oil pump is super accessible on this car. And it's quite funny because I have been underneath this car. The oil pump leak they're talking about is so minor, it's not even funny. I haven't done anything with it yet because I haven't needed to. I can drive this car for 1,000 kilometers and there is maybe 3 drops of oil that end up on the skid plate. That'll be an easy enough one for us to do with the next oil change. Same thing, right-hand valve cover gasket leaking. I have been keeping an eye on this. $7,200 to replace that gasket. We're gonna pay nowhere near that as or if we have to do them. Again, same thing, this car has spent a lot of time sitting over the last while. I'm not that concerned about it. We may decide to do the valve cover gaskets just because I'm gonna keep watching, but there is the tiniest bit of residue around them. Very, very much not a large deal. Another very, very large bill for something that at the moment is very much unnecessary. And I don't think it's crazier from here because front and rear brakes, $30,740 and $29,265 for parts. Almost $3,000 front and rear to install them, totaling about $65,000 to replace the brakes on this car at the Ferrari main dealer. Granted, they are carbon ceramics, but $65,000 to replace brakes is absolutely insane. There is a couple available solutions. It would be really easy to go to just steel brakes and convert them that way. Be easy to get good used carbon ceramic rotors from a part out car and get fresh pads. It would also be easy to go aftermarket carbon ceramics and either have these ones refreshed, you can get them refinished, or else just order aftermarket custom built carbon ceramics, which are also incredibly cheap in comparison. All of the options I just listed being way cheaper than $65,000. And then it's quite fun because if we go through the rest of this is pretty much just all maintenance things. Got PTU flush, which is the front transmission on this car. It's power transfer unit, $460, pretty cheap for Ferrari. Got a $1,200 oil change they want to do. We can do that for substantially cheaper as well. $1,400 for the auxiliary belt, $1,280 of that they're calling as labor. All-in air filter, $263. Engine air filter, $3,236. Front under tray and right and left side under trays, which is $3,236 and $5,043. And with all that, we add up to $150,762.05, which is absolutely bonkers. And yes, that doesn't quite add up to the full $175,000, but I am not yanking your chain. The other $25,000 comes from two places. Number one being the work that was just completed on this car at Ferrari. Ferrari has had this car approximately for the last 5 months, and it's been a gong show and 3/4 because, as mentioned on this list, this car has two transmissions. There's one on the front that does the front wheel drive, and there's one on the rear that does the rear wheel drive. And there is an internal speed sensor on the rear one that is a known notable issue that needed replaced. And the dealer friend of mine who I traded this car or got this car from paid them to do that work. And that work to replace the speed sensor was approximately $15,000, which is work I probably would have just completed myself if I was going to be the one paying for it. But it is another $15,000 to add to the tab that has gotten the car to this point that was just completed. And then the other $10,000 being this car sat at Ferrari for approximately 5 months, as mentioned. And when I got it back, it had more issues than it had when I dropped it off. Namely, the parking brake is currently not working. And their solution to that was just to quote out replacing the whole thing, even though it does not need all parking brake components replaced. The parking brake pads are fine, the cables are fine. I think there's issues being had with the actuator, which it did not have previous, but does have now. And that is what our lovely little warning lights are. Ferrari's solution was just to quote out replacing the whole thing, and that was around $10,000. That all totals $175,000 for a speed sensor, brakes, shocks, a couple of oil seals, a parking brake, and a couple other auxiliaries with some regular maintenance. None of that stuff is major, but it's the way that Ferrari operates and the way that they regard their customers and their cars, and it's insane. It's just kind of the brand imaging around cars like this. And it's really fun because if you're somebody like me, as stated, I am currently driving around this car and it has been just fine. Everything on that list is all in the it's okay for the time being category. The brakes will need to be done sooner than later, but they're not completely worn out. The pads still have life left on them. The rotors are just showing some signs of pitting and a bit of rot, and the pads are old and gross. Okay for now. Wouldn't want to go do a track day on them, but they're okay. The shocks are all leaking and a little bit old, but they're still safe to drive on for the time being. The axles, same thing. They're still structurally safe. The boots are just showing some swelling. And the only real issue as of the moment that's actually an issue is the parking brake. But this car also does have a parking pin in the transmission, so you can still park the car, just cannot use the parking brake, which is annoying, but totally workable. If you're somebody like me that isn't scared to wrench on cars like this, because at the end of the day, it is still just a car and there are deals to be had to get things like this repaired, you can get a great deal and enjoy working on a very expensive car. But also, it is why Ferraris have the reputation they do for being so expensive to take care of and maintain. Because if you are not somebody who can wrench on your car, you are somebody who only really wants to take the car to the main dealer to have it worked on, cars like this get super expensive, super fast. Enough blabbing, let's go for a little drive so I can show you guys that this car is still proper and happy, even if it does need a couple small things. And beyond that, with the lovely V12 that's hiding under the hood, this thing is oh so glorious. There is nothing quite like a V12 Ferrari. Situations like this really make a guy wonder how many clients there are that put up with stuff like this and are willing to pay the dollar figures that companies like this want to repair cars like this. And then not just that, but also put up with all the auxiliary things and problems that come up with it. Because as I mentioned, I bought this car about 5 months ago, and I just started driving it now because the speed sensor replacement ended up taking them a total of about 5 months to get done. They had it for 2 months initially, and then I got the car back. And when I got the car back, after Ferrari had already had it for 2 months, the car came back with more issues than it was dropped off with, in that the parking brake at that point wasn't working. It wasn't freaking out on the dash like it is now around it. The dash had no warning lights whatsoever, but the parking brake wasn't working at that time. And that was working when the car had been dropped off to them. And beyond that, they managed to break a piece of trim in the engine bay and a couple other random auxiliary things, such as the battery had not been reconnected properly, which was another pain in and of itself. But I mean, if I was a Ferrari customer, I was paying Ferrari rates, and this is what happened, I would be so disappointed. I'm disappointed as is, but obviously I didn't pay for the repair. And then it's crazy because after they had it for that 2 months and I got it back, not only did it have that other host of a few issues, but the transmission work that they completed failed immediately as well. And all of the transmission fluid was underneath the car in a few minutes of driving. And after all the transmission fluid being underneath the car, it had to go back to them for warranty work to repair again the work that they had just completed, which took an additional 3 months. But V12 noises make it all worth it. It's something that I have learned very, very obviously since starting to play around with these cars more and more. And by that, I don't just mean Ferraris, I just mean the exotic stuff in general. The pricing and the maintenance costs can be so all over the place, it's not even funny. Like I say, even looking, it's not just the large things, but even the simple things like wanting a couple $1,000s for an oil change at the main dealer when the parts can be had online to do the oil change for a couple $100s. And oil is still oil. Even if you get more expensive oil, it's quite cheap, you know. You can have an oil change done on a car like this for $300, $400, $500. Whereas the dealer is charging multiple thousands of dollars for the same stuff. This car is so enjoyable, even if we are out and about in Alberta winter and it's cold and it's snowy. This car handles it really well, especially for a car that Ferrari says is a write-off. The cost to maintain that these cars are supposed to require, according to the main dealer, is absolutely nuts. The only thing possibly crazier to me is that there's people out there that are willing to pay it. Guys, don't forget to let me know in the comments below what you guys think. Would you guys be willing to pay, or would you want to pay Ferrari pricing? Because of course, especially with Ferraris, the Ferrari tax is real, and people are willing to pay a premium for a car that has been maintained and taken care of at the Ferrari main dealer and has all the paperwork to be proving so. But the value loss you're gonna see compared to how much you have to spend to maintain the car at Ferrari, you are so much better off to just take care of the car yourself or go to a good independent shop that can save you a lot of money. Because even if, say the car is worth $10,000, $15,000 less because of you maintaining it or it being maintained at an independent, you're gonna far outrun that in the cost that Ferrari wants to maintain the car. There are warranty options available and some things like that, but those are very expensive. And of course, if you are looking to have a car like this, that then when you do take it to the Ferrari dealer, it takes them 5 months to deal with a problem, what's the point in owning the car in the first place? This car has become the perfect figurehead for what quote-unquote Ferrari ownership is supposed to look like. Incredibly expensive maintenance, incredibly long turnaround times on said maintenance, bureaucracy, expense, all that lovely jazz. And yet, here we are, still able to go out and about for a drive, enjoy the car, and we will be able to have $175,000 worth of repairs completed for a lot less than that. Don't forget to subscribe. Thank you guys very, very much. We'll see you again soon. This car is so much fun and needs an exhaust so bad.